How is it that I, in my physical body, turn these vibrations to thoughts and these thoughts to things? How is it that I create my own reality? We know you come wanting relationships, improved relationships, financial remuneration, improvement upon that. We know that there are many things in a physical format that you want. And we want you to know that we know that you want these things. And we want you to know that it is appropriate that you desire these things, and it is appropriate that these things manifest fully into your experience so that you can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them. In other words, you were supposed to have these full manifestations. You came for that. You are masterful creators who have come into this environment understanding its perfection, understanding the balance of variety and contrast that it provides you. You came with great reason and purpose, and with a determination to please yourselves in those ways. So never misunderstand when we talk about vibration, or when we talk about the laws of the universe, or when we talk about consciousness, or when we talk about energy. Never misunderstand that we are trying to guide you away from the material things of your physical world, because that's why you are here. In other words, that's the role that you are playing out here, and here, these are the most significant words, out here on this leading edge. We want you to realize, to accept that this leading edge is the leading edge, that this leading edge where you are manifesting is where all that you call source, or all that you want to call God, or all that your inner being is, or all that the larger part of you is. We want you to understand that it is all focused with you here, out here on this leading edge, and it matters a lot. You are supposed to define the specifics of this leading edge. And yes, it matters for you to turn inward, to understand the source of who you are. It matters a lot for you to align with that broader, non-physical, all-knowing, loving, powerful energy that creates worlds part of you. That is important too. But we don't want to divert your attention from the world in which you live and from the creative platform that you are upon. We want you to embrace it fully, to be a part of it in any way that is important to you. And we want you to accept that from all of this, from this platform that you have been born into, this leading edge environment into which you have been born, it is right that you fulfill your desires. So when we ask you, are you knowing what you are wanting? We really like to begin there because it's important for you to be able to identify what you want. Your source energy in physical bodies, while few humans really understand what that means. You are an extension of source energy. Sometimes it's easier to hear it in that way. And you've come here with all of this great reason that we have just described to you. The larger part of you is, and always will be, non-physical energy. You could call it your support system. You could call it the basis of you. You could also call it the culmination of all that you are. Your inner being or soul, the source of you, has been evolving as a result of your exposure to life for more than words can describe, even when we use words like eternally. Your expanding beings, and expansion is such a joyful experience. And so here you are non-physical energy, and a part of that focus is here with you. But the larger part of you still remains non-physically focused and is aware of everything that you are about all day, every day. So as you are sifting and sorting through life and knowing from your own personal exposure and experience with the details of your life, you know what you don't want, which causes you to know what you do want at many levels of your being, and you are launching these what we are calling rockets of desire, because they are desires that are emanating from you even before you can articulate them as desires. You might even call them preferences or just things you notice. Even when you were very, very little, even before you had language at your tongue tip, you were having experiences, exposure to life, which was causing you to have preferences. Every species does that, and the evolution of all species is about that. And so you were launching your preferences, and they were moving from you into what we are calling a vibrational reality, because they have not yet manifested, but they are real and they matter, and Source sees them and notices them and tends to them and becomes them. And Law of Attraction gathers cooperative components that match them. And so this vibrational universe is expanding as a result, not just of what you were before you came into this physical body, but even more because of what you are doing now that you are in this physical body, as you are bumping up against each other and trying to find your place in the world. So, as you are launching these rockets of desire, there is an amassing. We've been calling it a vibrational reality. We've given it a few different names, wanting you to feel the realness of it. But it is not easy for you to feel the realness of it because you can't yet see it or hear it or smell it or taste it or touch it. And so, Abraham, how can it be real if I cannot define it through any of the ways that I'm accustomed to defining reality? And we say, you have to sense it. You have to sense it with your solar plexus. You sense it with your emotional basis. You sense it. You feel it. You can know it. You can feel the bigness of it, and you can feel the realness of it. And we want to turn your attention to it because everything that becomes manifested in your experience is first this vibrational reality. We even gave it a name, this vortex of reality. This vortex, wrote a whole book about it. We want so much for you to accept the realness of it. But our friend, she wanted $100,000 so that she could travel. She wasn't thinking about all of the things that she'd put into her vortex long before that desire to travel even hatched within her. And what we are wanting you to find a way of hearing us say, of realizing in your own experience, we want you to begin to get a sense of the realness of what you've been asking for and the existence of the creation of what you've been asking for, so that you can focus your energy in a way, focus the vibration of you, put your attention upon what you are desiring that is yet to be seen or realized through your physical senses, rather than looking through your physical senses and seeing only its not yet existence. Because that is what keeps you from having now so many of the things that you want and deserve. Because it matters to you that you see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. When you can't, you pronounce it as not here yet, when it is here. You pronounce it as missing from your experience, which causes you to offer a vibration that will not let you realize it. You're not trucking in resources from other planets. There's not a pipeline from someplace else that is causing the expansion of your economy or your reality. You are creating it from the vibration from your mind. You are creating it from the very beingness of that which you are. You are creators in the way that this earth has come into existence and is spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets. In other words, you are creators of genius, importance, and you don't even know it. And the reason that you don't know it is because you are such, we love you so much, facers of the reality that you want to define as the see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality. So the fact of it is that if you want more money and you're looking at your existing bank account and your existing bank account doesn't have enough money, then not enough money is what you're projecting. And the thing that we most want you to understand when you are thinking about law of attraction, this powerful law that manages everything in this vibrational universe, when you are focused upon the absence of something that you want, the presence of it cannot come. Whatever it is that you are projecting, what you think and what you say equals your point of attraction. It equals what you let in. So when it's not enough, the good news is every time it's not enough, you put more into the vortex. And so it's not only not enough, it's more. But when you can't see it yet, Abraham, how do I get it out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I make this vibrational reality? How do I cash in my vibrational currency? How do I bring it tangibly into my experience? And we say, You've got to find a way to stop noticing its absence, because your attention upon the absence of the manifestation of it holds you in a perpetual vibration that will not yet let you be the realizer. Now that word realizer, it's a good word that Esther is finding from what we are projecting to her vibrationally. Realization is how thoughts turn to things. Realization, that's how you get an idea. Oh, you know that feeling? You know that feeling. You say, oh, I just got the best idea. You know what just happened? You just for a moment let your negative guard down and the idea was right there, and for a moment you caught a glimpse of it before you killed it with your doubtful reality. You remember how good it felt just for a minute, that flash of an idea? Oh, feels so good. You had a lot of those when you were little before you hung around with older people who had already given up their zest for life. It's natural for you to be moving along, minding your own business. Keywords there. Feeling good about something and being in the receptive mode and being in the receptive mode and being in the receptive mode, and therefore receiving, not creating, not conjuring, not making up. That's already been done. That was done. It's been done. That when that idea comes, you've got it. You can run with it. You can run with that idea. You can let your mind flow with the exhilaration of that idea, and everything around you will line up to support you in that idea if you can just resist the temptation to compare the idea to the existing reality, because that'll get you every time. You can't focus upon the presence of what you want and the absence of what you want at the same time. It's one or the other. So you want to ask yourself, which way am I leaning? What am I giving more of my attention to? Am I more in the allowing of what I want to unfold in my experience? And once you get the hang of this, you will realize that, first of all, you never get it done. So there's always going to be more life that puts more asking into the vortex. And when you put the asking into the vortex, the law of attraction automatically brings the answering to your asking. So this vortex, this vibrational reality is gestating, it's becoming, it's maturing, it's getting ready for you to be ready for it. And when it becomes big enough that you can sense it, if you are in the receiving mode, which means if you're frisky, if you're happy, even if you're a little hopeful, if you are eager about life, if you are playful, if you are loving, if you are feeling good about something, just for a moment, that idea can occur to you. And if you would hear from us that when that idea occurs to you, it means so much. That's what we were wanting to say to this woman. You have already created this massive income. You have enough in your vortex to keep you happily moving along for 20 or 30 lifetimes. The resources are there. The abundance is there. The clarity is there. Everything that you want or need is there. You've just got to figure out how to get yourself in the receptive mode of it. And it's the same as with your radio stations or anything else that you understand where there's broadcasting and receiving mechanism. You've got to set your tuner to be in the receiving mode of what you desire. And when you're looking at reality and you've got your tuner set on shortage, not enoughness, not enough time, not enough love for me, not enough money for me, then you're running around looking for it. You're looking for it, but you can't find it because you're not looking for it in the right place. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Not looking for it where it is. Where it is in this vibrational reality. So we know we're asking quite a lot of you in your physical form to turn your attention for a little while away from the reality that is and put it more upon a reality that you feel rather than that you see or hear. But as you're able to do this, what begins to happen is you begin to be the receiver of more and more and more and more and more ideas. Sometimes it feels to you that if I just had this thing that I don't have yet, if I had more money, then it would be good. If I had more money, then I would have a feeling of relief. More money, this manifestation would then give me the feeling of relief. And we say, of course it would. But if you can find a way to find the feeling of relief, then the money can come. You've got to find the feeling first. You've got to create an environment in which you can be the receiver of it, you see.